Alrighty, let's get after it. 5/6/2025, 4:49 p.m. Hopefully no one's struggling too much off of margarita hangovers from yesterday. If anyone even went out for that. I know I did not.
No, me neither.
Granted, obviously it's like a very American thing to go out and get tacos and such on the 5th of May. But I am not like the rest of everyone else, and I don't do that.
Yeah, my mom made tacos.
I mean, I'm not against it. Like, if someone said, like, hey, you want to go get, like, fat burrito or something, I'd be like, absolutely. But also just because I just like fat burrito.
Sounds like you're upset that nobody asked you to go get fat burrito yesterday on Cinco de Mayo.
Partially upset, but not that upset just because of the fact of saving money.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah. So that's okay. I'm sure there's other people that are not okay, like Justin Tucker. It's probably not okay.
No, I had a feeling this was coming. I meant to bring this up like a few weeks ago.
I think once everyone saw that they drafted a kicker,
that's what I was.
Everyone's like, yeah, Justin Tucker's out. First, like he had like a very, for him, mid-season, like for him, like his caliber. Yeah.
Bad season for him.
Not good. And then obviously with all the allegations and stuff like that, to say that it was they keep referencing to it as like a football decision. It's like, yeah, but like all the allegations and stuff didn't help.
Yeah, my guess would be that they know some type of information that we don't know yet about the alleged allegations.
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably definitely.
So that's probably why they released him, because you don't just release the greatest kicker of all time. Just like, fuck it.
It's like, yeah, we got to move on, you know. But again, like I'm sure, like again, yeah, obviously it doesn't help that his season wasn't spectacular. It wasn't very great. He was missing kicks. Like it was just.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, though, it's like, it's the greatest kicker of all time. He has one bad year.
Yeah.
It's just something doesn't add up, dude. And like you said, that's what I meant to bring up during the draft. That was another, like, important thing that I had noticed.
It's probably at some Diddy parties.
It could be. You never know. Those alleged Diddy parties that supposedly just dropped off the face of the earth, just like P. Diddy. No one hears anything about it anymore.
They're picking the jury today. I saw that on the news.
Oh, really?
On this morning. Yeah, so apparently the reason for the holdup was because that, like, it's been really hard to find like a non-biased jury because he's so famous.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a lot of people like know him and would be like, "Dude, I can't throw P. Diddy in jail," or like, "Screw P. Diddy, fuck that guy. Oh, yeah, let's get him arrested."
Yeah, that would be hard to find someone that's not thinking that.
You have to have like just a bunch of old heads and be like, "Hey, do you know who P. Diddy is?" And they'll be like, "Who? P. Who? I know I haven't peed."
Or you put the tinfoil hat on and you wonder that maybe it's taken this long because they hand selected a jury to get his ass acquitted.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Did you see there's a documentary coming out about him now called Bad Rap? So they're already framing it by naming the documentary Bad Rap, as if P. Diddy's getting a bad rap for what he did. Fuck off.
I mean,
he's guilty.
I mean, I don't disagree. Yeah. I just I don't know anymore, man.
They're handpicking the jury, and then they're also trying to
probably
keep tabs on all the people they think are going to open their mouths and make sure that they don't open their mouths, because
threatening their families.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
me neither.
With stuff like that, I'm like, with most things, obviously, I always like to keep an open mind when it comes to things like that. But especially when it comes to like very famous, rich and wealthy people, I'm like. Yeah, like what are they doing right now to like cover their tracks and make sure they're good?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you worry it's going to be I mean, look at Ghislaine Maxwell. She's in prison for sex trafficking underage girls to nobody.
Yeah, there's also like the whole thing with they like blew up the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing at the same time she was like facing trial.
Yeah, of course. They do that all the time.
It's just it's weird, guys.
Look over here. Look what this hand's doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't look over there. Don't look over there.
That's exactly what that is.
But yeah, anyways. Justin Tucker obviously gone out of Baltimore. Good riddance. I obviously immediately people are very quick on the internet, so all of the Browns signing Justin Tucker to fully guaranteed contract right after. It's pretty funny.
It is very funny.
Almost as hysterical as how pathetic and lame ML football is.
Oh, God.
So, I don't know if you saw the post I sent you, but
I think. Oh, I looked at all of them, but I don't remember.
It
off the top
was
of my head.
Colson Loveland being interviewed before he was even drafted, like pre-draft, like media stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It says trending in all caps. Colson Loveland said that he would be more excited to catch balls from Jaden Daniels over Caleb Williams. Loveland was then drafted by Chicago Bears in the first round last week with like 3 side-eye emojis. So this is what I want to say. If you actually watch the video and aren't just a, description god, they're asking him, like, people, they just ask him, like, hey, who would you be, like, more excited to catch, like, an NFL pass from? Like, I think they started off, I'm just going to watch the video over real quick so I can get it right. They say Caleb Williams or Mac Jones. He says Caleb Williams. And then it goes Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels. He goes, Jaden Daniels. And then they go Aaron Rodgers or Jaden Daniels. And he, like, laughs at the question. He's like, Aaron Rodgers. And then it's like Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. So they're just like,
Yeah.
he's just saying, like, I think it would be cooler to catch but the problem is with ML football, again, rage bait, just looking for engagement.
Yeah.
He's making it seem like he's saying, oh, man, dude, obviously he's making it put out as Jaden Daniels. Like, Colson Loveland likes Jaden Daniels way better than Caleb Williams. He'd much rather be in Washington.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm bummed about being in Chicago because I don't want Caleb throwing me the ball. It's not that at all. It's like, yeah, this fucking page needs to be banned.
It does, dude. I'm just like starting to report every single thing as like hate speech. Because
Oh, that's funny.
I hate what he says, so that's hate speech. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that at this point, yeah, I think we just need to flag every single post until something
100%.
happens.
And you guys need to join the movement.
Yeah, join the ML football movement.
Yeah, we're anti-ML football.
And Dov Kleiman.
And Dov Kleiman and JPA football, NFL rumors, and NFL notifications.
Yeah, we will keep shouting those names from the rooftops until something is done.
Yep. And you guys will be right there with us if you are loyal fans.
Agreed.
But
Nevertheless, if they're loyal.
That is true. I haven't been reached out for any merch. No comments have been dropped lately. So I'm just going to say right now, you guys are looking kind of fake.
You guys are bot fans.
Yeah, just a bunch of bots.
Like what the fuck was that guy's name? Our first comment ever from a random person said Taco Bell trash.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember his name. That guy clearly was a bot.
Yeah, that was something. But I think our last video actually did pretty okay. Yeah, we're at 74 views on the last video, so that's pretty good.
Solid. So you guys are watching. So then why don't you fucking comment when we tell you to?
Losers.
Boy, let's just jump. Well, let's skim over the NBA really quick because that's been exciting.
I agree.
Sports has been exhilarating. This past weekend was phenomenal. You had a couple Game 7s this past weekend. So things got really interesting across the NBA and the NHL. Personally, I didn't really watch any of the NBA games. I just caught some highlights and shit. But you had, let's see, back to Friday. We had Saturday, because we recorded Friday. Saturday, we had the Nuggets take down the Clippers in a Game 7. Did you see Westbrook get a tech for hanging on the rim at the end of the game and basically just saying "fuck it"? Though, like,
yeah, that was stupid.
A lot of people were jazzed up on it, and I also kind of thought the same thing. I'm like, well, I mean, he had 16 points, whatever. I'm like, you're washed, dude. Come on, like,
I don't care if you're washed. No, I think it's awesome. I don't care if anyone, if it was whoever's out there. That's hype.
I mean, I guess it's just funny because like he's a shell of his former self.
100%.
And it's like you're gonna come out here now and you guys won the first round. I get it. It's the Clippers and you're taking them down. Blah blah blah. But whatever. Nonetheless, people were hyped on it. Crazy as hell. James Harden dropped 7 points in Game 7.
Yeah, he was on like put him on a milk carton.
Did you see
Missing.
the fucking I don't know who the announcer was, but he went on like a 2.5 minute rant just roasting James Harden's entire career.
No.
And somebody put the entire you have to watch it. It's truly amazing. I've watched it like 5 times now because it's just phenomenal. And I will say I'm not going to shout out who did it, but somebody actually put it over the beat to Ether by Nas. and it is fucking perfect. It actually sounds like the dude is rapping it. So I'll show that to you at the end here. But it's crazy. I mean, he absolutely just lights his ass up. But that was nuts. So the Nuggets are moving on. Nuggets are taking on the Thunder now. And Sunday, you had game 1 between the Pacers and Cavs. Pacers take it down on the road, 121 to 112. What a game. Once again, just spreading the ball around, everybody scoring. Siakam with 17, Nesmith with 17, Turner with 13, Halliburton 22, Nembhard 23, Mathurin with 11. I mean, it was just absolutely perfect basketball. It'd be interesting to see them win game 2, because that would make things really fucking interesting, because they're obviously the big underdogs in this series. I think they were like 9-point underdogs in the first game, and they're like 8-point underdogs. It might be tonight. There was one, where was it? Yeah, oh. That's right. And then Golden State taking down the Rockets in Game 7 on Sunday. 103 to 89. Awesome for them. Buddy Hield went 9 for 11 on threes. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts, actually.
Yeah, you talk about catching fire. That's, hey, James Harden, that's how it's done. But, yeah, that kind of covered the Game 7s for the NBA. Obviously, you had yesterday's games. You had the Knicks come back. Actually, the Celtics had a 20-point lead at one point.
I did see that. They blew a 20-point lead.
Yeah, lost 108, 105 in overtime. Not good.
RIP.
Yeah. They'll be all right, though.
I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, they'll definitely be okay. I think the Knicks kind of fucking stink, personally. I mean, they're a tough team, but they're just, I don't think they have what it takes. And then the Nuggets take down the Thunder for game 1, 121 to 119. And, Jokic dropped 42 points and 22 rebounds.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
That is absurd. They're kind of going off. Once again, it was also down to like a fucking buzzer beater by Aaron Gordon. They were down, 119 to 118. And with like 3.5 seconds left on the clock, they end up going back down the court. He pulls up from 3 and just fucking nails it. It's like, goddamn, dude. He's kind of on fire right now when it's coming up to like the game-winning shots. So I might actually watch a little bit of that series, because that one's interesting.
Just want to throw in this tidbit. I'd seen a post about LeBron earlier. I thought it was interesting.
It wasn't the Caitlin Clark video, was it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, actually, 2 things about LeBron, actually, I want to throw in. Because obviously, LeBron still playing at a very high level at his age. Very impressive. But we need to look at his attributes, the Lakers as a team in the LeBron James era. 2019 to 2025. They missed the playoffs. 2020, they win the championship. Next year, eliminated in the first round. Next year, missed the playoffs. The next year, swept in the WCF. And the next 2 years, eliminated in the first round.
Yeah.
Is LeBron the problem?
Well, he'll never admit it.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll never hear those words out of his mouth.
I also want to say that everyone needs to throw out thoughts and prayers. LeBron, unfortunately, was unable to make the Met Gala because of the knee injury he sustained.
Yeah, it's such a bummer.
Poor guy.
Yeah. What can you do?
And then I saw a picture of like Russell Westbrook. Someone posted, it's like unable to make the Met Gala because of playoff game. It was pretty funny, actually.
That is funny.
I just wanted to throw that in there. Some LeBron hate. Shout out MJ.
Actually, funny. I've been watching nothing but Michael Jordan shit for the last 2 straight days. I don't know why. I just randomly was like, I'll look up some MJ clips of him just like shitting on people, and then watch him like that, and then just like people telling stories about him, just like savage moments and shit, and like all the times he got pissed off about the dumbest shit. So I was like, have a nice game, Mike. I forget who it was. Some rookie dropped like 36 points on the Bulls, and the game ended. Michael Jordan only had like, I think like 17 points or some shit. And he was kind of dicing up Mike all game. And then, after the game, he's like, nice game, Mike. And then the next night, they actually it was the Bullets, I believe. And the next night, they actually went to Washington to play them. And Mike's like, I'm going to have as many points he had in the whole game in the first half. And they're like, Finished the first half with 37 points. I'm like, holy fuck. I just love it.
Speaking of that real quick, too, another thing I saw is Tony Kukoc came out and said that if he were on any other team, he would have been like the Luka Doncic of that time.
What the fuck does that mean?
He would have been like,
what does that even mean?
just like a stud. He never was able to reach his full potential, you know?
Michael Jordan?
No.
Or Tony's
no.
talking about himself.
He's talking about himself.
Oh, I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? How can you compare?
He's talking about himself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't alive for 90s basketball, so I really couldn't tell you like Tony Kukoc's actual like game.
The old heads. I do know that he actually was pretty legit.
I know he was good, but I mean, I don't know. Luka's a fucking hell of a comparison.
But the old heads that are listening that were alive for that, drop in the comments what you think, if you agree or disagree, and then we'll also know if you're true fans or not. Actually listen to this more than 10 minutes into the show.
Valid point. Yeah, I would be curious to hear what you guys think, the people who actually used to be able to watch basketball back then. Because, yeah, like I said, I know Kukoc was good, but I would have never known to be like, oh, you could fucking compare him to Luka Doncic. That seems insane. I can't believe
he
that.
never reached his full potential. We'll never know, dude. He was in the shadow, just like Scotty, sitting there.
Fucking Johnny Manziel could come out tomorrow too and say he could have been as good as fucking Aaron Rodgers. He just never reached his full potential. It's like, well, everyone can say that.
That's different. That is different. that's different, because they had Johnny Manziel was a hindrance to himself.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm saying anybody like can use that excuse.
It's valid.
Well, if I was on my own, I would have been like, okay, all right. Well, you weren't, so too bad.
It's valid.
Yeah.
It's all the NBA I got. You guys are lucky. That's a lot of NBA out of me. And actually, the White Sox unveiled their new City Connect jerseys. We'll talk some more NBA. Obviously, they did with the Bulls. They did the partnership. So I don't know that I'd ever buy one. Probably won't.
Definitely not.
But they're cool. The hats are okay. They're not bad. But the team, in my opinion, that won the City Connect jersey of the year so far.
I'm going to disagree on this.
Dude, the Diamondbacks jerseys are fire.
I'm not a fan of the fucking the serpentinous thing.
That
is,
is,
like, I don't like the way they do just keep it D-backs. Do the colors are fucking killer.
The colors, I just think it's sweet. I think the hat's kind of fire too. Let me see if I could get it to focus on the phone so I can show you guys since we have that ability, and I always forget about that. Dude, they're fire. Let's see if we can get this to focus.
What is it? Serpientes? Like, I don't know. I just don't.
They're fire.
I think it's just. It's fire because it's their old fucking colors, basically.
Yeah, dude.
It's like It's like a throwback to.
Yeah, I mean that, and just like the color combo just goes crazy.
That's why I love their old uniforms.
Jersey, dude. It's sweet. They did an awesome job. When I saw that, I'm like, dude, I would actually I would buy that. I would never wear it, but I would buy that. Also, shout out real quick too, because I'm sure we're gonna transition into this Cubs talk here shortly. Someone at work we were talking about today, because he's like, yeah, I'm going to the Cubs game the 17th. He's like, do you want to come? I'm like, I can't. I got my friend's wedding that day. It's when the Sox visit Wrigley to play them. But the crazy thing is the ticket prices.
Yeah, I believe it.
Bleacher seats, like all the way up in the bleachers. The cheapest
$120.
$137. The most expensive bleacher seat, again, fucking bleacher seat, $341.
It's called supply and demand.
That's called stupid. And ticket prices are ridiculous, because I just bought concert tickets too for a show, and dude, like, something needs to happen. All these fees. Why do we have just random? Like, it's like, well, they have a service fee. For what? What service, dude?
Yeah. I don't understand that either.
I know we've talked about this before. How we hate Ticketmaster, and obviously Ticketmaster is a monopoly. It all runs through Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah, events are just obviously outrageously overpriced.
They're cooked.
They are, but
They're
I mean,
ridiculous.
for a game like that, that's just the demand is there. Everybody's gonna come watch the Cubs and Sox, especially when the fucking Cubs are playing as good as they are.
I get it.
I mean, it'd be a lot better if the Sox were playing much better, but I mean, it's still no matter what, it's always like.
I'm going to admit it, and I hate to admit it. the Sox are kind of like fun losers. Like it's kind of like, yeah, we suck and we're losing, but it's like borderline kind of competitive.
Yeah, someone was
In the
actually
recent within like the last week, 2 weeks, obviously not the whole time.
we were just talking about this at work actually this morning, me and this guy Jose, and kind of, yeah, that's basically what he was saying too. He's like, they've been competitive in their losses at least. They're not getting like blown out.
And like,
but
Lou Bob is like slightly turning up, I guess you could say.
But I mean, if we're being honest,
I mean, they're still garbage.
Yeah, they're being they're garbage. But I mean, if we're really being honest here, who the fuck have they played this year? I mean, they've played the Angels, they've played the Twins. Angels are ass, Twins are ass.
You play your opponent.
They played the Tigers, who were at the time they weren't anything special, but
Javi Baez is heating up. What's happening? Javi Baez is like back.
He's only got like 94 at bats, but he is batting over 300. So
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
They got swept by the Tigers. They played the Guardians, got swept by them. Played the Red Sox, took 2 of 3. Red Sox are pretty decent. They got swept by the Athletics. They lost 3 of 4 to the Red Sox. They lost 2 of 3 to the Twins.
No one's saying they're good. I mean, yeah, we're just sound like a newscast at this point, but yeah, no one's saying they're good.
No, I know, but I mean, like, it's hard to even be like, oh, competitive losses. Like, well, they're playing shit teams, so it's
competitive in the aspect is like it's not boring just getting their shit pushed in the entire time. That's what what we mean by competitive. Like it's.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like they actually look like. It's entertaining. It's not like before where it's just like. I can't even watch them.
Their offense is just so inconsistent. Like,
I mean, it's
there's
terrible.
so many games like they beat the Brewers 8-0.
We have our
beat the Astros 7-3.
We do have a star in the making though. We have like an ace starting to mold. Sean Burke has allowed 10 runs in 7 starts. It's not horrible. That's actually pretty good. Or was it Burke?
It's definitely not Burke.
No, it's not Burke.
Burke's got a 4.91 ERA.
What's his name? What's his name? I might have to look this up now.
Jonathan Cannon.
Yes.
Yeah. It's Cannon, I believe.
It's actually kind of impressive. Again, I don't know how they do it. Ethan Katz always has like one solid pitcher that they develop. It's kind of impressive. And then they're just going to trade him away anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Maybe it's not him. Who the fuck? I don't know who it would be. I don't think there's anybody that has less than 10 earned runs. Jonathan Cannon's
10 exactly. It's 10 exactly. I just seen it, and I lost it because I meant to send it to myself, and I lost it.
Unless it's somebody who's only got like 15 innings pitched.
I'm not going to find it now. This is the worst. I'm not going to find it. Unless I just look up.
Holy fucking shit. Live update. By the bottom of the 6th inning, it was 4-2 Washington over Cleveland. It's now middle of the 8th. It is 10-8 Washington over Cleveland. That's kind of crazy. But since we're sticking with baseball here, I'll just throw this funny little stat in there. The Mets have now lost their 34th game of the season 15 years in a row. Stupid stat, but like, what the fuck are the odds of that? Kind of insane. Truly insane. I don't know how that like is even possible. And actually, we could stick on we'll stick with the White Sox first. The White Sox, former pitcher Garrett Crochet, takes a comebacker off the tip of the nose
and sit in the game.
And stayed in the fucking game.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Now, granted, it didn't hit him square by any stretch. I mean, he didn't even bleed.
No, it just like rolled off like the side of his.
Still so goddamn scary,
I'm
and
sure
had
it
to feel
kind
something.
Of burned. Yeah,
it
was like a one hell of an Indian burn.
Yeah. Whoa, dude. Native American burn.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Indigenous people burn.
sorry.
But that was fucking crazy. I actually could not believe that. That was really shocking to see. Sticking back in, again, the same division, Tigers had a pretty crazy game the other day against the Angels. They batted through the order in the 9th inning, top of the 9th inning. Riley Green is the first player in MLB history to hit 2 home runs in a single 9th inning. Pretty impressive.
That is actually pretty impressive.
That is insane.
Also, kind of understand that this has never happened before.
I mean, that's tough. That's a tough. It has to be in the ninth inning. And you have to bat through the order, and the guy has to hit 2
No,
home
I get
runs.
it. I'm just saying, like, think about how long the game of baseball has been around, though.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, it's a valid point.
The MLB, that is. Like, obviously, I'm sure there's probably stuff like that before and other leagues, obviously. But for the MLB, and that's what I mean.
Yeah. I did think this was pretty fucking funny because I do love Max Scherzer. I think he's awesome. Cleveland and Toronto are playing a game on was that Saturday? Might have
I'm
been.
sure there's a psychopath, by the way, for those wondering.
He is, yes. He is a psychopath, and he's
But
fucking awesome.
That's how you know you have a good pitcher on your hands, when they're mentally unstable.
Yeah,
'Cause
look at
pitchers
Madison Bumgarner. Same way.
Pitchers are freaks. They're like the weirdest, like most habitual creatures on earth.
Zach Greinke.
Yeah, that's why like when they took Craig Kimbrell and they started, the White Sox were like, he's gonna be a closer in the 8th. He sucked.
Yeah.
He had never done that before.
Yep.
Obviously, you would think it's like, what do you mean, just go out there and throw? You can't, dude. It's weird. It's just not how it works.
Yeah, some guys can't. Some guys can't. So a guy who refuses to put his fucking arm down and stop hanging it out like a moron.
It worked.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You could perfect one single solo thing, and you'll never be considered one of the greatest because it's like, I can't not put my arm down. I can't not do that. Like, there's certain guys that just like, okay,
It's why they're weird, dude. They just have like weird quirks. It's like, God, you guys are so weird. They're probably like sitting there like sacrificing goats for every game and stuff like that.
That I don't doubt. Somebody's done that shit. But CB Buckner was the home plate umpire in this game. It was on Saturday, and in typical fashion, because he kind of fucking stinks. He missed 11 calls in the first 4 innings.
Yes, I did see this one.
And 9 went against the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Max Scherzer was standing there on the fucking on the railing of the dugout every time a pitch was thrown, and was going like this and pretending to flip a coin and calling strikes and shit and calling balls. I'm like, that is so funny to see a guy like him doing that, because like he's always been like such a really serious guy. You don't really see him doing shit like that.
See him have a personality. It's weird.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was very funny, though. I loved that. I got a big kick out of that.
That was awesome. Yes. I did want to throw this in there, though. I sent it to you. I mean, this is just kind of crazy because this is about the Cubs. And obviously the Cubs are like super red hot right now. You know, best offense in the MLB. But the Cubs on Sundays suck, which is kind of crazy. Just because, like, what is it about Sundays? But again, this is why baseball is such a weird sport. It's because baseball is literally, and like any day, anything can happen kind of sport. I mean, we watched the White Sox, the worst team in MLB history, beat one of the best Yankees teams in recent years, like 12-2. So
yeah.
But anyways, so the Cubs on Sundays. This is as of 2 days ago. 1-5 record, 0-3 in sweep opportunities. They're averaging 3.3 runs scored per game, 5.83 hits per game, and a 2-run margin of loss. The only win on Sunday was in LA on Sunday night when PCA hit 2 homers. That's insane, but sticking with PCA is also insane. PCA's, again, continuing this super, absolutely scorching hot streak.
Yeah, he's actually one of the best hitters in baseball right now.
Yes, he is.
He is on fire. One of the best. He's actually now
he's on pace for like 41 home runs.
Which is not going to happen, but
no.
I mean, I'm fine with what he's doing now. He's also right now ranked
like
the number 1 center fielder in baseball defensively.
I did see that. Yes,
that is fucking crazy. I'm like, dude, this is. I was telling everybody like it's gonna happen, dude. I'm like, once his bat wakes up, it's fucking over.
Yeah, I was one of the people that were like, I'll openly admit, like I didn't think PCA would just be. I didn't think he would like really amount to much. I did not think he'd be that good, and obviously, he's proving me and a lot of people wrong, which is awesome. You love to see that. Again, every team needs that star, and PCA is going to be that guy because the Cubs probably aren't going to re-sign Kyle Tucker because they barely break even, and they're not going to be able to pay him the money that he's going to want.
This would truly be one of the biggest tragedies in Cubs recent, maybe all time history if we don't fucking sign Kyle Tucker.
I'm not saying like I don't. You know, whatever, the Chicago rivalry and all that stuff, like whatever. I don't usually, you know, with the rivalry, people would be like, I hope they don't. That'd be so funny for Cubs fans if they don't. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, whatever. But it's like, dude, if the Ricketts truly don't dish out the money to sign Kyle Tucker, like owners need to be held accountable. Like something needs to happen.
Yeah.
You guys don't barely break even a year. That's something that'll like
That's horseshit.
resonate forever
Yes.
with every fan that they even said that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's pathetic. You guys are barely breaking even when you guys have a pretty low payroll. And again, just look at all the merch sales. Granted, there's a lot of people involved in making a day.
They make plenty of fucking money.
That's
They
what I'm
own a
saying.
team. Yeah,
they make a ton of money.
Yeah.
And maybe if they weren't, hashtag not a political podcast, but dishing out money to political funds, they would have more money. Just going to say that.
Yeah, they definitely, if they don't sign him, like I said, it'll be the biggest tragedy, honestly.
But they also need to sign him to an amount that, like, is worthy of even putting in front of him.
Well, that is the big problem, though.
Because he's going to be like, dude, I'm not, like, I'm
that's
worth more than that.
Well, I said this in our group chat like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, this is going to be a fucking problem, and I'm calling it now. I'm like, Kyle Tucker's going to have a career year.
Oh, 100%.
He's going to have a career year, and he's going to be worthy of like a 10-year, $500 million contract, or like a 8-year.
I would say even 250. Give him like an 8-year 250.
8-year 250 for the top 3 players in baseball, top 5 players in baseball.
Since for how long? 1 year? You can't give him that for 1 year.
In the last few years, but now he's just going to be on one solo year and then looking for a contract. He's been one of the best hitters in baseball, fielders in baseball for the last few years. Minus his year last year where he was injured, but even still, like his fucking
it hurts his value. I mean, it does.
Yeah,
it does.
It's when he puts up 40 home runs this year and has 105 RBIs and ends the season batting 288. It's like it ain't gonna fucking matter. And when he's got, I think, God, there was some crazy stat about him too with his strikeouts to walks ratio is like absurd. It's so stupid. Like he's gonna play so well, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna need to be like a ridiculous fucking contract, and the Cubs are gonna be like, nope, sorry. And that's what that worries me, that we're gonna make that call.
And then he'll be in a Dodgers jersey next year.
Yeah, more than likely he'll end up somehow signing with the fucking Dodgers. Yeah, exactly.
Or the Mets or the Yankees.
Yeah, it's a good chance, but he's playing out of his mind too. The whole team,
nuts.
the whole team is as a whole just playing phenomenal. I mean, it's still, they are stomping everybody except for fucking Sundays, whatever that's about. Yeah, baseball's weird.
Also, speedy recovery to Shota.
Yeah, speedy recovery to all of our fucking pitchers, because it seems like we're starting to drop like flies. That's kind of a bummer.
It is, because that's kind of very important.
Yeah, extremely important, especially when our pitching is kind of meh. But nonetheless, we're still fucking kicking ass, and we put the hurting on the Giants last night. Blew up their fucking bullpen, who has the third best. They're like the third best bullpen in all of baseball. They have like the third ranked ERA.
Hell yeah.
Least like second in amount of hits allowed, and this and that, and we batted through the order in like the fucking 7th inning.
That's
threw
awesome.
Threw up a 7 spot on him. Carson Kelly came up, homered, deleted off, and then the defensively they just ended up committing 3 errors, I believe, in the same inning.
Can't do that.
No, you can't. Did not bail out the pitcher at all. Birdsong was kind of standing up there just like fucking dumbfounded. He looks like a 5-year-old. But yeah, they ended up pulling him, put the next guy in. I forget who it was, and then he got tattooed a couple times. It was pretty awesome. So
love to see it again. Baseball's fun.
Yeah, we're gonna run that back tonight too. You better believe it, dude. Taking down the Giants back-to-back nights, and then we'll probably shit the bed because we cannot sweep anybody. I would like to start sweeping teams, but I am not upset with taking 2 out of 3 in every series. Like,
yeah, I mean, you're still winning the series, and that's what ultimately matters.
Yeah, that's exactly, when it comes down to it. That's the most important thing. So. Love to see that. Fuck. This is pretty interesting. Cody Clemens, which is Roger Clemens' son, homered in his first game at Fenway Park. That was pretty sick. That was on Saturday.
That is awesome.
In front of Roger, who was there. Another couple quick baseball things. Mostly quick. Oh,
the broken arm.
Did you see, not yet, that clip of fucking, I can't remember his name, first baseman for the Nats, running to catch a foul ball, and it was a gorilla tape is like the logo on the fucking tarp.
Oh, yeah.
And he literally runs to catch a foul ball out of bounds and hits the gorilla's face on the tarp and falls into the crowd, misses the ball. And John Boy actually posted, said 1 man down, 99 to go.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
did see that.
What are the odds that happens right now as this conversation's going on
It's funny.
in the world? Oh my god,
dude, we live in a simulation. Exactly.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It the odds of that are so crazy. It blows my mind. But yeah, T's and P's. Reds Tyler Callahan. Ooh,
Yeah.
fourth MLB game of his career. Down in Atlanta, got a real narrow left field there. The wall comes up quick. He also runs very quick and dove headfirst into a wall, basically. Well, arm first, but dove for a ball, caught it going into the wall, fractured his forearm. It is brutal looking and brutal sounding. He got twisted like a fucking pretzel.
Yeah, it was disgusting. So honestly, like, yeah, really
Yeah.
hope for a speedy recovery.
You hate to see that.
Yes, that is awful. Again, especially for being a rookie, like you said, fourth MLB game.
Yeah.
That sucks because let's just hope the next guy that fills this spot sucks, so then he can be like, "Hey, give me my job back."
Yeah, that is exactly a good point because you don't want to lose your job like that.
Yeah, I don't know how it works if you can lose your job to injury. Like, I know, like in the NFL, you can't lose your job to injury.
Yeah.
That's part of like their contracts and stuff like that. Even though
I
we've
wonder.
seen it happen where they kind of just like get phased out.
That's what I was gonna say. They'll never you'll never outright just lose your fucking job to an injury, but for sure it's like, oh well, this guy's starting to get more playing time now.
Yeah,
And then just like slowly.
But we saw it
kinda
happen to
phase you out.
Jameis. Was the most recent example. I'm trying to think of who. I can't remember. But either way, it was like a year or two after Drew Brees had retired. Jameis Winston gets injured. It was when he tore his ACL. And he's like, he like comes back. Or did he tear his ACL? Either way, Jameis Winston gets injured. He comes back and he's like, yeah, well, I thought you weren't, you're not supposed to lose your job to injury. Like, that's not a thing. But apparently it is now.
And they're like, yeah, well, you throw 55 interceptions, so you're going to lose your job either way.
But dude's going to throw 55 touchdowns.
But yeah, that was brutal. I did see a couple people making comments too because it was Matt Olson who hit the ball. He rounded all the bases. He got home.
Yeah.
He hit an inside the park home run. And some people were like questioning it. I'm like, that's totally the right move on his part.
I also think, yeah, exactly. If like something, I don't know if there's a rule. I was thinking the exact same thing because I'd seen that. Where like if they realize that he's injured, where they just be like, okay, well you need to stop or whatever. Like, do they stop the game? How does that work? Just like automatic double.
I think it's an unwritten. Well, it's on the umpires.
That's
like
what
the
I'm saying.
umpires to call that. Like they can call that playoff.
They call
as
it a
happened.
time. Like yeah, stop.
They've called it off. They stop guys at second, stop guys at third, like whatever. The umps didn't do shit. They let him come all the way home, and even on him, that's what he's getting paid to do.
Investigate them.
I mean, you
got money in it.
Yeah, they got money on the dog shit ass Braves. That team has fallen far from grace.
Which is so crazy because obviously the Braves have been insanely competitive.
They haven't changed much. And on top of it, that same game, their pitcher, drawing a blank on his name. God damn it, I can't remember his name. He had a no hitter going into the 8th inning.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm like, he did what he had to do. I mean, it's like you hate to see a guy get injured, but I mean, I don't know if that's me. I'm also going to continue running. Like
100%. I mean, it's like the whole thing. Granted, it's different, but
yeah,
like the whole unwritten rules thing. When you're in Mercedes, I forgot who the White Sox were beating the piss out of, but they had like they had a position player, and he was like in a 3-0 count.
And he pimped a home run.
Yeah. Everyone's like, you're not supposed to do that. It's unwritten rule, disrespectful to the game. I'm like, right now, Yermin Mercedes is getting a shot, and he's super hot right now. He's going to try to get his bag.
Yeah.
So I kind of can't blame him.
I was going to say, it's...
Like, these guys' window, like, a guy like him, his window's very small.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very open. He needs to milk this thing for everything he can get.
That just happened this year, actually. Someone crushed a home run off of a position player, and people were like up in arms about it. I'm like,
it happens, yeah. It happens like at least once or twice a season, I feel.
if you pimp the shit out of it, I think that's okay. Like, we're gonna throw at you now, like for the next few games that we play you.
Yeah, just absolutely smash one.
But if you crush one and then just fucking make your way around the bases quick, it's kind of like, hey man, it's part of the game. You gotta get me out.
I mean, yeah, just be better to where you don't have to put a position player in there.
Yeah.
Or the only reason why you're putting a position player in there is because you guys are up 18-2 and resting your bullpen.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, let's have fun with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not fun losing 18-2, but
be better.
Be better.
Yeah.
Shout out to Freddie Freeman. This was yesterday. Freddie Freeman becomes the 101st player all time to hit 350 career home runs.
I did see that. Wasn't the 350th a home run? Never mind, that was stupid to say. I'm thinking of something else. That was very stupid.
I like Freddie Freeman a lot.
I've always he's like one of those players that you hear but that you don't hear much about.
Not until they're in the playoffs, it seems like.
Yeah. But like he's pretty quiet for the most part and just some damn good ball.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much how it is. It's just real down to earth, real humble guy, super nice, and is really fucking good at baseball. He is really good. He's so fun to watch. Did you see that Pirates fan get into a fight with the fucking the like a PNC Park employee?
No.
Oh my god.
Pirates are in shambles right now. Apparently.
They are. Yeah, they're completely falling apart now.
Also, update on that fan from last episode, real quick.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
He is awake.
Nice.
He's awake now and has, is aware of things. So I just want to throw that out there. It's the last thing I'd seen. I just want to throw that out there.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah, just for anyone wondering.
Maybe I'll learn. Hopefully he learns his lesson.
Yeah, if he remembers, because he was probably hammered.
Yeah. Hopefully this guy learns his lesson as well. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what started it. People, of course, are trying to take it out of context and cutting the video. I've seen the entire video. This dude's like standing there like face to face with this guy from the Pirates like game, like their employees. And the employee just starts socking him in the face. Like they're just standing face to face and he just like punches him. Also, this guy's a weak man. Because he punched him in the face off guard like 4 or 5 times. And this dude was just eating him. I mean, he was definitely getting affected, but he did not knock him out. He did not knock him down. Didn't break his nose, nothing. And this dude just like popped him like 4, 5, 6 times. And the guy just kept like trying to like run away basically. And the security guard or whoever it was, was like chasing him down and like still trying to fight him. And then the guy, it was another guy, then spit on the dude that works there who was just punching somebody in the face. And of course, that's where people are clipping it and making it about fucking race because it was a black dude that worked there. And it was, looked like a white guy, maybe Hispanic, whatever. And people were like, oh, show him it's not 1825 anymore is what you get for spitting on somebody. I'm like, it's not. This guy just punched someone in the face 7 times. Like, I don't know what happened and started it. No one has that part. But
that's the problem. Yeah, everything's so taken out of context.
But it was crazy because in my head, and also the same thing that the tweet that I seen said is like, what the fuck is happening at PNC Park this year? I mean, they're falling apart at the seams, and they are desperately trying to have Paul Skeens hold it all together. He is the glue.
100%.
He is the glue.
Keep pumping out the Libby Dunn at the park post, guys.
Yeah.
Keep pumping those out.
100%. I believe
Libby Dunn and Paul Skeens.
I think he's pitching tonight, actually. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a Padres. Stupid. He is pitching tonight against the Cardinals, too, in St. Louis.
Well, you go. Tune in to potentially could be the greatest pitcher of all time.
Yeah, I mean, he's fucking awesome. Paul Skeens is awesome.
He is insane.
It's going to be interesting to see where he goes when the Pirates refuse to pay him.
They're not going to be able to.
No.
He'll look good in an LA Dodgers jersey.
Yeah, very much so. More than likely, that's what's going to end up happening, and that's going to be a real kick in the nuts. What is going on?
I don't know what's going on with our light, guys.
What is going on?
I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. We're having technical difficulties with the light, so if the lighting is looking funky right now, I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry, but
it's tweaking.
It is. There was also a very cheap light off of Amazon, so buy more merch so we can get a better light.
We'll get like 10 ring lights behind us.
Dude, we're going to have a whole set. If you guys buy enough merch, we can just get an office. Get office space.
And then we'll have to sell it after 1 month because we don't have enough fucking merch money to just pay for it the 1 month. That might have been it on base. Oh, no. I did see this too. I thought this was really interesting because I'd never have paid attention to it. But I seen this post. I've never seen a left-handed catcher.
I saw that post too. I did see that.
And that made me like really interested in that. So the last left-handed catcher actually was Benny DiStefano. DiStefano probably.
DiStefano.
In 1989. I'm like, that's a long ass time.
That is a long time.
It's kind of nuts to think that there hasn't just been even one other one. So all time, there's only been like 4. Jack Clemens, Clements, played 1,076 games as a catcher. Played his last game October 2nd, 1900. That was one of them. Dale Long caught 2 games for the Cubs in 1958 using a first baseman's mitt. He was also the first left-handed catcher since Jiggs Donahue in 1902. So now we're up to 3 total. And I mean, we got Benny, who I just mentioned, who only caught 3 games for the Pirates in 1989, which is kind of horseshit that I guess he gets to be considered. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny that they're using these references, but it's like Dale Long only caught 2 games. That guy only caught 3. And then Mike Squires had 2 one-inning stints as a catcher in 1980 with the White Sox.
Yeah.
That's the only left-handed catchers. And so I started looking into, like, why that's a thing. Apparently, it's because there's some kind of disadvantage, is what people believe, and I just can't figure out in my head how that's a disadvantage.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That is like the one thing that everyone was talking, this thing that I was reading was like, it's just such a disadvantage because if a lefty catcher has to throw to third, the way he has to like pivot his body around a right-handed batter, and I'm like,
that actually does make sense.
But what's the fucking difference from a right-handed catcher throwing to first around a left-handed batter?
That is true.
Because you're still, it's the same thing. It's
well, no one's stealing first.
Yeah, but you can pick guys off at first. I mean, there are a lot of guys that throw pickoff attempts down to first. Granted, that is true.
I don't know if I've ever seen that, but
that is true. You don't steal first base.
Yeah,
that stealing third for sure.
What's going on with this light?
I guess.
Oh, I was kicking the cord, and this cord's jank. Sorry, guys.
I was gonna actually suggest that a minute ago. Say, was that the problem? But I figured if it was that simple, you probably would have figured that out.
I didn't even realize. Sorry, I'm getting hungry. I'm getting delirious.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's still, no matter what, to me, seems like crazy that there seems like any type of disadvantage, because even on like a little bunt or a chop fucking ground ball, what's the difference of a catcher who's righty throwing to first? You're still turning to throw this way. And if you're lefty going to third, you're still turning to throw this way. Like, it's the pivot of throwing to third is what they claim is a disadvantage. I just don't see how that's,
no, I
agree. Very symmetrical position for either or.
Maybe they just hate lefties.
Yeah, maybe that could be. They might just be biased against lefties.
Could be.
Very much so. But I found that like fascinating, actually. I thought about that like all day the other day when I seen that. I'm like, that is nuts. No lefty. There's literally like no lefty catchers. But yeah, that's all I had on baseball.
What else? I got nothing.
Oh, you got nothing? Okay.
I got nothing.
I was like,
yeah.
I didn't know.
I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat.
The NHL has been on fire. My God, it has been awesome. So Saturday's game, it was insane. You had the Avalanche and the Stars. Sorry, I'm fucking going. I don't know what's happening here. Yeah, the Avalanche and the Stars, Game 7 Saturday. It's in Dallas. Avalanche are up 2-0, right? And shout out Joe Bob. His name? Yeah. Shout out Joe Bob. He had brought up Mikko Rantanen before because he was a former Avalanche player and he was phenomenal. And then they tried getting him to wherever the fuck, I think it was the Hurricanes.
Yep. And
then it didn't work out there, and then they shipped him to Dallas. Well, Mikko Rantanen scores first goal, makes it 2-1 in the third period. It's the third period. They're down 2-0. He makes it 2-1. 6 minutes later, Mikko Rantanen scores again. Makes it 2-2. Then assists Wyatt Johnston on his goal to make it 3-2 and give the Stars the lead with like 4 minutes to go in the game. And then hits an empty netter at the end of the game for a hat trick. I mean, it was against his former team.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It was insane. I mean, for them to be losing 2-0 and then the third period, just like, it's him on the assist and then him on the empty. It was just so fucking sick. It was a crazy way. So obviously the Stars move on. And then Sunday's game, I actually stayed up for this whole thing because I was super fucking pumped on it. The Jets and the Blues game. Boy, another game 7. We have back-to-back game 7s here. Super sick. St. Louis was up 3-1 all the way through the third period until there was like a minute and 45 seconds left. Jets scored a goal. They're down 2 goals. Pulled the goalie, obviously. They score, make it 3-2.
Dang.
Then with 1.6 seconds left on the clock, tie the fucking game, send it to overtime. Absolutely electric. The game was in Winnipeg, so the crowd goes apeshit. Bennington looks totally defeated. And I was super happy because I really hate the St. Louis Blues, and I wanted them to lose so fucking badly. And they did, thankfully. Goes into overtime, then double overtime, and was actually the third longest game 7 in NHL history, and NHL playoff history, which is sick. And the Jets end up taking it down. It was fucking electric the way, dude. It's one of the loudest barns in all of hockey. And when that goal hit, dude, oh my god! And that double OT, it was nuts how loud that place got, dude. It was so awesome. I mean, it was just so fun. And then last night too, Panthers and Maple Leafs, first game of the series. It's in Toronto. Man, that one was interesting too. You had Nylander score, finally getting some of the bigger guys going here. Nylander opens the game 33 seconds into the game, fucking scores. Scores again in the first period, makes it 2-0. Seth Jones ends up hitting a goal. And then Toronto scored again. It was 3-1. Then it was 4-1 going into the third period. And then in the third period, the Panthers scored again, then the Maple Leafs scored, then the Panthers scored again. It was 5-4. It was just like so nuts, back and forth. The Panthers are just relentless.
Love action in sports, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, they got dog walked. The first period was embarrassing. I think they had 3 shots on goal in the first period. Toronto was like bullying the shit out of them, and I'm like, this is kind of crazy because this is exactly what you would expect from the Panthers to do the other way.
Yeah.
And then they by the third period they had found their mojo and were just fucking leveling dudes. I mean, it was just laying hits, keeping offensive zone control. It was fire.
Love to see that. It was fire. Absolutely love to see that.
Yeah.
I think I might tune into maybe some playoff hockey. It just seems fun, dude.
You should. It's fucking awesome. It is so. It's like,
I just don't like, what do they like stream it on? I don't have like any cable or.
Sorry guys. I got a leg cramp. Yesterday was leg day, and my legs are cooked, and it just started cramping out of nowhere.
More water.
I've drank so much fucking water. I pissed 5 times last night, and like an hour and a half, I drank so much water.
You gotta
yesterday.
get yourself a massage gun.
I have one actually, just it's upstairs in a closet somewhere.
You just sit there and just like massaging your quads and stuff. That's what I use one. I mean, I use a massage bed at the gym, and it's awesome. Also used the red light sauna for the first time yesterday. That was awesome.
That's fire.
Dude, that was sweet. It was awesome. Felt great.
Thought about buying one of those like corny red light masks.
I heard they're actually kind of like nice.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
So I've actually considered it. Then I saw like how much they are, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to spend that money.
Yeah, that's basically what I said. I'm like, I'm gonna end up spending this much money and then never using it.
Yeah, so
like I'll use it twice and then forget about it.
I got one at the gym. Not, I would say for free, but it's not free because they pay for the membership. But hey, it's nice.
Another quick point to make, actually, because this is actually going to be interesting leading through the Maple Leafs and Panthers series. Starting goalie for the Panthers, Stolarz, took a puck to the face yesterday, right off the mask, obviously, not to the face, but off the mask. In the first 5 minutes of the game, definitely got a concussion from it because he ended up coming. I think when was it? I might say it on here. He ended up coming out like shit. Like a minute after that, not even. And yeah, he was like shaking his head and just looked like shit. And then he skated over the bench and was just throwing up over the bench wall. I'm like,
yeah, it's concussed.
Yeah, so they pulled him. I'm like, that's kind of a bummer. So I wonder what the delay is going to be for him to come back.
I guess it all depends on what the concussion protocol is like.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what their concussion protocol is like in hockey, but I would imagine, being that there's like a day or two in between. I don't know though, actually, because I mean, fucking football, a guy can miss they have a whole week between games, and they
can miss
a
while. Yeah.
Yeah, so that could be bad. And then one more NHL stat, and this one makes me really happy and also really blown away. The Wild, the Minnesota Wild, first team in MLB, NBA, NFL, and NHL history to make the playoffs 8 times in a 10-year span and lose in the first round every time.
Yeah, actually, I did see that. I saw that post. That is insane. We'd love to see that because obviously they're a rival of our Chicago home team. And screw you guys.
That is
Same thing with the Blues.
dirty work, dude.
Yeah, that's pathetic.
Yeah, that's why I specifically hate those 3 teams. Like,
that's like the definition of dangling the carrot. It's like we're
yeah.
just good enough to keep the fans coming every year.
Yeah, and they've had talent on that team. Like they have like really good fucking players on that team over the last decade now.
Some teams just can't get it done, dude.
Yeah, they can't, dude. They can't. And I mean, I'm happy about it. Like you said, that's why specifically I hate the Stars, I hate the Blues, and I hate the Wild. The Wild probably the least out of those 3.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Wild. Actually, I'm not even going to speak on it because I don't know anything about baseball. I was going to say or hockey, so I was going to say something that like maybe people come after me for, but yeah.
Oh, I want to hear it.
I'll just say I feel like I don't hear about them much. Maybe they're just not that good.
No, you definitely don't hear about
they
them
haven't
much.
had like that much success, I should say.
Yeah, they're kind of
not
always
that
like
big of a threat.
Yeah, they're always like middle of the road. It's like, well, actually, was it last year? I think it was like last year or 2 years ago. They were one of the best teams in hockey, and it was looking like, oh shit, like they're gonna go on a run through the playoffs, and well, they got bounced in the first round. But
R.I.P.
Yeah, I mean they were 45-30-7 this year. Like they're not bad, but they're just not too many times have they been like, whoa,
yeah,
they're spectacular.
Yeah,
but yeah, obviously we hate the Red Wings too, and the fucking Bruins, and so on and so forth. But when it comes to right now, yeah, sucks that the Stars moved on. I wanted to see the Avalanche go on, but is what it is, I guess.
You'll have that.
Yeah, tonight should be really exciting as well. Tonight you got the Hurricanes and Capitals. That series is starting, and then probably the better game tonight, which that game should be interesting. But Oilers and Golden Knights, game 1 in Vegas.
You heard it here first, folks.
I'm excited for that one. That'll be a good one. Doesn't start till 8:30, so that sucks.
Tune in, stay up.
But yeah, definitely stay up for that one. And then I think Dallas is probably going to handle Winnipeg tomorrow as well.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, and the Cubs are going to win today. Put that out there.
Hammer down. Hammer it.
Yes.
Bet the house. Put a little mortgage on it.
That covered it for me, I think, finally.
Well, alrighty, guys. We're going to wrap it up. Go get some good eats. And thank you guys for listening.
Yes.
As always, don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe. And don't forget to comment. Again, we know because we said it earlier in the show, so we'll know if you guys are listening. But as always, thank you guys for listening and watching. We'll see you next time.
Thanks.